The femme fatale has recently become very popular in social media, and it has developed into a real trend. But this feminine archetype of the femme fatale has actually been around for quite a long time already. I have first stumbled upon that archetype when I read the book The Art of Seduction by Greene, which is actually a great book. I will link it down below. Now, at the moment, we are hearing this femme fatale term everywhere. We are seeing a lot of videos. It seems as if in order to fulfill your dreams, reach your goals as a feminine woman, get the princess treatment that you deserve and be successful with men and money, you have to transform into a femme fatale. But what if the dark feminine energy that is often associated with being a femme fatale is very far away from your actual feminine essence? And what if you really struggle with becoming a femme fatale? Can you still reach your goals and be seductive and successful as a feminine woman without embodying the femme fatale archetype? In this video, we will discuss this question and others all around this topic. And I will also tell you what the light and dark feminine energy is about, what a femme fatale actually is and how she is with men. And we will find out how powerful both energies can be, so that you don't need to feel pressured into becoming or being a femme fatale or dark energy woman and still have it all. Hello my dear viewers, welcome back to my channel. I'm so happy to be here again. If you are new here, welcome. Subscribe if you're interested in those topics and click the notification bell, because for this year I have prepared a lot of very exciting and educational videos. So let's start with the first chapter. What is the light feminine energy? So light femininity or light feminine energy is often connected to grace, emotion, forgiveness, empathy, intuition and nurturing abilities. A woman who is in touch with her light feminine energy is often associated with innocence and also conventional attractiveness. If you think of the main characters of the Disney movies, most of the Disney princesses are actually pure representations of light feminine energy. But light feminine energy also has to do with kindness and compassion, with having a good heart, being honest, and the inability to lie and manipulate other people on purpose. So in sum, light feminine energy is actually a very beautiful energy and also a very powerful one that is absolutely necessary in society. And also, it is actually appreciated by healthy masculine men and also healthy feminine women. But what is the dark feminine energy? Now, chapter 2, the dark feminine. Dark feminine energy is magnetic, fierce, seductive, creative, mysterious, and passionate. The dark feminine energy is often associated with bad, whereas the light feminine energy is associated with good. But you will see that it is not that simple. Also, the dark feminine energy is often associated with the femme fatale archetype, the archetype that I will talk about now. So, oftentimes it is a bit of a mix, but the dark feminine energy is what is actually represented by the feminine archetype of the femme fatale. And now, chapter 3. Let's talk about what a femme fatale actually is. And how is she with men? The femme fatale captivates the attention of both men and women. She exudes allure and seduction, making her irresistibly attractive to men, while women want to be like her. When she enters a room, everybody looks up because of her charismatic and confident appearance. The femme fatale knows her worth and makes men earn the right to be with her and to touch her. She has boundaries and upholds them, and she won't settle for less. The femme fatale is most iconic for her seductive and manipulative techniques, powers, and how she affects men. She's also sexually confident. People use the term femme fatale quite often in social media and the feminine community nowadays, but what does this French term actually mean? So if you translate it literally, then it means deadly woman. Or it's often also translated with destructive woman, also hinting at the actual archetype that is often represented in movies and books. For example, many of the Bond girls, so the female characters in the James Bond movies, are actually femme fatales or belong to this femme fatale archetype. But also historical figures such as, for example, Cleopatra, or I would also put Anne Boleyn and other mistresses into that category. So often or mostly, a femme fatale is known for leading the man that likes her into some kind of trouble. He will do things that are very beneficial for her, but maybe not for him. So of course, this archetype has become quite interesting for real life women today. And of course, I have to admit that it sounds much more attractive to us women than the sweet Disney princess character or a motherly, nurturing figure. It is embodied in historical women such as Lady Diana, for example, or Evita. And we all want to be a femme fatale too, because the dark feminine energy seems to be much more powerful than the light feminine energy. However, I have to tell you, and this is a note that you should take, that divine feminine, so the divine feminine, the actual feminine energy, the complete feminine energy, has both. It is half light and half dark, meaning that you need to be able to embrace and embody both. And both energies can be as seductive and powerful. It often seems that in order to be that feminine, seductive woman that makes everyone around her obsessed with her, and also that in order to protect yourself from toxic masculinity or people that will use you, you need to be mainly in your dark feminine energy. But this is only partly true. So yes, of course, around toxic masculine people, you should especially be in your dark feminine energy and look after yourself, but it also has to do with other aspects. I would be first of all careful not to mix the femme fatale archetype with the divine feminine or with the dark or light feminine energy, because all of the feminine archetypes can embody dark feminine energy and also light feminine energy. The current femme fatale trend might appear as if you have to embody this specific dark feminine, and as if dark feminine energy was the actual powerful energy. I ask myself, is that really so? Can you only be successful in life with men, etc., when you act and look like a femme fatale? I came to the conclusion that it is best to know and embody both energies, dark and light, of course, in order to reach and connect with the divine feminine. And therefore you should do some inner work, read books, watch videos like mine, for example, and become mentally aware. But in the end, you don't have to be the femme fatale archetype to reach your goals, because there are many other feminine archetypes that work just as well in life and with men, as again, in the book by Robert Greene, The Art of Seduction, is shown by many, many examples. And if you haven't read this book already, really, I highly recommend it. Check out the link. I had it as an audiobook. He talks about many historical figures, as women as well as men, and how they seduced. So how did they act? And it is really like a mix of techniques and history. I found it super interesting. So books like that, for example. And you will see that if you are just not this great seductress with this black gown and the red lipstick and high heels, that has no problem with manipulating men, even if it doesn't really harm them. But this is just not you or your essence. And you are maybe more of the Disney princess type, or the nurturing type, or the elegant lady type that is very often represented in the royal celebrities. For example, Lady Diana in the past, but nowadays Queen Rania, one of my favorite royals, or also Princess Kate. They represent also another type of light feminine. And you don't have to feel bad or pressured to be the Femme Fatale archetype. And even if you represent a light feminine or a mainly light feminine energy archetype, you can still have those moments in specific situations in which you are embodying the dark feminine energy. You will learn much more about that in the future if you subscribe and don't miss my videos, of course. So in femininity there are many archetypes, as there are many different kinds of goddesses in the ancient religions and ancient cultures that all represent different aspects of the divine feminine. And whatever type is more in your nature, you should develop that, because in the end this will be your greatest power. If you invest in self-development, engage in self-care and protect yourself from toxic people, you can thrive as the feminine woman that you are. And now I have to recommend you another book that I think every woman should read. It is about feminine self-care. It is so good. Really check it out. I also linked it down below. I've listened to that as an audiobook twice, and then I have ordered it even as a paper physical book, because it has so many practical tips that you can incorporate in your life. And it's very important for us women to practice self-development and self-care. So then if you are equipped with a strong heart and mind, you can be whoever you want to be and reach your goals and be seductive and successful in your own feminine way. And now I would like to know about your opinion. So what do you think about this femme fatale trend and this archetype? Do you feel very drawn to it, or do you rather not really feel that it's your thing? Let me know down below in the comments. I will be very happy to read from you and we can discuss a little. And in my future videos, as I've already hinted, I will also tell you in very practical ways how to develop your light and dark feminine energy by specific actions in your daily life. So again, hit the notification bell and give me a like if you liked this video. It really helps me. I'll be able to make more videos like that for you. And now I recommend you to other videos, so I hope to see you there. Thank you for watching and bye bye!